Skip, they keep making the same mistakes, and maybe what he said is not resonating with them. But you can't, because this game now, Kyrie was outstanding down the stretch. There's no defense that can defend that. So the guy was in perfect position. He challenged him every step of the way, and Kyrie's just elevating, making shots. We know he can take and make big shots in late in games. But, Skip, I think what Stan is talking about is that when we have these leads, we had a nice lead. And Skip, I get sometimes on a long rebound, the guy leak out. But, Skip, how you get beat on a fast break and the guy on a made shot? Get your butt back. Get back. That's what Stan is upset about. And we got young guys. B.I.'s how old? 23? Zion's how old? 20? Ain't no reason. Bledsoe's, what, 25, 26? There's no reason. These guys should be able to run all day. There's no excuse for the effort that they've been giving on defensively. Skip, they're plenty good offensively. They're ninth in offensive efficiency. They're 27th in defensive efficiency. They gave up 77 points in the second half. Give up 77 points, you're probably going to lose in a half. You're probably going to lose that game. And we're starting to see that, Skip, more and more. If you look at it, they lost 12 games by 5 points or less. A lot of these games, Skip, they had leads in. So I know it's frustrating, hence why your boy can't be a coach, because we tell you, I told you, that we're going to get back. They're going to look to push the ball on make or miss. We got to make sure we get back. They're a hard-cutting team. They're looking to drive and kick because they got three-point shooters on the court. We go over this in film study. We talked about this, and I'll be damn if we don't get out here. Y'all do the exact same thing that we said we was going to guard against. Unacceptable, Skip. Unacceptable.
So you're good with his criticism publicly of his team?
Well, Skip, that's who he is. You know that's who he is. That's who he's always been. I would prefer, but Skip, maybe if they hear this, because clearly we're getting behind closed doors, and I'm telling you what you're doing wrong, and we're trying to correct it. Somehow it's not getting through. So maybe this is another way to try to get through. But David Griffin probably said, well, hell, you just not getting through. Your message is not getting through. So we need to change. We need to change the messenger. That's what you believe is going to happen.
I hope that happens sooner than later.
They just got this, Skip. The man just had a beignet and a donut, and you always want to get him a cup of coffee. You want to get him up out of there.
I don't care how much money you paid him. I don't care how much you owe him. That's not the point. I didn't pay him. I didn't choose him. I didn't hire him. I didn't pay him. It's not my money.
Exactly.
But I do love the Pelicans, and I've missed very little of their games this year. I've watched just about every game because Zion, for me, is
exciting.
Must-see TV.
Yeah, they get up and down. They're going to get you 110, 115 points. So, yeah, they're exciting to watch.
They're also easily the most disappointing team in basketball. They are now 25-33. They're 8 games under 500 with all that firepower. At home, they're a grand total of 16 wins and 15 losses. That's just wrong.
No.
Every night I watch them, and every night, right on cue, they flex their basketball muscles because they got them to flex. Even as babies, they got them to flex. And they take a lead. And almost every night, they blow the lead. And it smacks to me of a team that is quitting on the head coach, or at least tuning him out. We know what happened the other night when they failed to heed his orders to foul on the last play. And Bledsoe just lets
D-Rose
just went right by him.
Yes.
And then Alonzo lost his mind, high basketball IQ, and just tuned it all out and just said, oh, maybe I better stop ball. No, you're up 3. You better stop Bullock in the corner.
You watched it last night. What did Brooklyn do?
They did it twice. They fouled twice with a 3-point lead, and it was just like in your faces. Yeah. We're going to do to you what you didn't do to the Knicks.
That's what y'all should have done Sunday, and you'd have won the game.
They killed the clock by fouling twice and making them go ahead and shoot the free throws until they just bled the clock out.
Correct.
Okay, we get it. But this man, Stan Van, I am not a fan of, because I don't think in this day and age that this works with these kids. They're going to tune it out more and more. I think Dwight tried to tune him out back in the Orlando days and finally made peace with Stan by making fun of him. Remember, Dwight used to imitate him.
Correct.
And do impressions of Stan Van.
Yeah.
Right? And that's, I told you the other day, he's like this old word called a fuss budget. That's what he is. He's a fuss budget, and he's a whiny nagger. He just nags and nags and nags, and he's fingernails on their locker room chalkboard. And after a while, it's just like, stop it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Not that he doesn't know what he's talking about. His calling card, as we always say, is the defensive end. So what he's saying is correct. But when you keep throwing the whole team under bus the way he did, that was between third and fourth quarters last night, talking to our man Jim Jackson. It just destroys whatever bond you have with your team, whatever respect they have for you. After a while, it's not like kids today are. Kids in your ear, kids in my ear, they're all the same way. They're not going to stand for this. Like, who the hell are you? You have won what in your time?
You know what?
If it were Phil Jackson doing this, maybe they'd say, okay.
But Skip, you know what defense is. Defense is that.
Okay, it is. They're not trying on defense.
No.
They don't want to try on defense. They're rejecting this man. To me, it's a glaring, ongoing, rising problem in New Orleans.
Well, you know what, Stan? Let me tell you what you do. This is how you do it. Just open your IG account or Twitter and just start tweeting. Man, I sure wish we play better defense. I ain't calling no names, but we just need to play better defense. Maybe that'll get through to him.
Okay, but you know what it smacks of? Every time he goes on a public rant about his team, and then the one after the game was, it's not about youth and experience inexperience. It's about
the effort.
Lack of effort.
Skip, you can't give up 77 points to a team minus James Harden, minus Kevin Durant. Even though Kyrie was sensational, you can't do that.
Okay, but having played for so many coaches, how this comes across to the players publicly, the underlying message every time from Stan Van is, don't look at me. Don't blame me. Look at them. Look at them. He's never going to take anything on his shoulders. So many of the great coaches are great at saying we're all in this together. And they don't go public with it because they can get through better privately, as you always said. Just pull you aside, bring you in the office, tell you what the deal is, right?
Well, Skip, I told you. I told y'all in the huddle, nobody could run. I said, look here, we up by 3. Just foul him. Foul him. And even if we don't foul, first of all, we shouldn't get past don't foul him. Because we saw Brandon Ingram thought he was going to shoot a 35-foot 3, and Blake Griffin said, no, you're not. I'm going to foul you before that. And they thought they were going to shoot a corner 3. No, you're not. I'm going to foul you before you get it. All you had to do, Skip. It's so fun. Like I said, I tell my hat to coaches. But I don't have the patience because it's something that we discussed. Skip, we just came out of the huddle, and I told you to foul the guy. Skip, 5 seconds after I told you in the huddle to foul the guy, you let the guy drive down the lane, kick, and he shoot a 3.
Okay, what is that to you? That is blatant rebellion against the head coach. They're just saying, and what did Eric Bledsoe say after the game? I lost focus. I wasn't thinking. No, you tuned him out.
Right.
You just didn't care what he said.
Yeah, see, Skip, and see, it's plays like that because Bledsoe got, got probably 3 years, 2 or 3 years left on his contract. But, I mean, you blew it. The man told you to foul. And you talking about you lost focus?
David Griffin's got a problem.
Skip, you talking about that's not your money. That man got $25 million on his contract still. You gonna just eat that?
Ask Ms. Benson.
Yeah, Ms. Benson, she ain't trying to eat that. Especially, Skip, the Smoothie King ain't got a whole lot of people buying smoothies. They ain't got but like 3,000 people in the building.
David Griffin made a big mistake here. And I first guessed this. I'm not just coming after the fact. I told you from the beginning, you hired him to coach them?
Right.
No.
Especially with the expectation level. But Skip, they're a piece away. I really don't know. They're a veteran, maybe a veteran player away. Josh Hart would really help.
Well, and he's out right now.
Yeah. Josh Hart would have. They don't want to come to these games with Josh Hart. Because he ain't going to make those mistakes. He's in tune defensively.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the locker room and see how the players are responding to the coaching and criticism.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.